Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Snigdha Mahapatra, a third year student of KIT School of Law and currently an intern under LexClick. In my previous video, I had talked about compromise, arrangement, reconstruction and amalgamation of a company. In this video, I will be talking about ending a company, that is winding up of a company. Winding up of a company is a process whereby its life is brought to an end and its property administered for the benefit of its creditors and members. An administrator called a liquidator is appointed and he takes control of the company, collects its assets, pays its debts, and finally distributes any surplus that remains among the members and shareholders of the company in accordance with their respective rights. Winding up or liquidation is the process by which the management of a company's affairs is taken out of the hands of the directors, and at the end, the winding up of a company will have no assets or liabilities, and it will therefore be a simply a formal step for it to be dissolved. That is, for its legal personality as a corporation to be brought to an end. Winding up of a company differs from insolvency of an individual inasmuch as a company cannot be made insolvent under the insolvency law. Besides, even a solvent company can be wound up. Now, there are different modes of winding up given under Section 270 of Companies Act. With the passing of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, which I will be dealing with in the later part of the video, a company can now be wound up under the Companies Act 2013 only by the tribunal. The concept of voluntary winding up as provided earlier has been removed. Section 2, subsection 94A was amended by the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code defines the expression of winding up to mean winding up under this act or liquidation under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 as applicable. Under Chapter 20 of the Act, provisions for winding up of a company are contained. Now let me talk about Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016, shortly known as IBC 2016. IBC received the assent of the President of India on 28 May 2016. The code aims to consolidate and amend the laws relating to insolvency resolution of companies and limited liabilities entities, partnerships, and individuals which are contained in various enactments into a single legislation. The main focus of the legislation is at providing resurrection and resolution in a time-bound manner for maximization of the value of debtors' assets. The code has put forth an overarching framework to aid sick companies to either wind up their business or engineer a revival plan and for investors to exit. Notably, the code has also empowered the operational creditors such as workmen and suppliers, etc., to initiate the insolvency and resolution process if default occurs. The code contains provisions for insolvency resolution process as well as liquidation of companies. It also provides for voluntary liquidation of companies. With the passing of the code, the concept of voluntary winding up of companies under the Companies Act 2013 has been removed. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of India has notified Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India voluntary liquidation process regulations 2017 effective from 1st of April 2017. Now, a winding up by the tribunal, there are different grounds for winding up of tribunal, which has been mentioned under Section 271 of the Companies Act. The section provides for circumstances under which a company may be wound up by the tribunal. Now, the five circumstances under which a tribunal may order for winding up are: first, if the company has, by a special resolution, resolved that the company be wound up by the tribunal. Secondly, if the company has acted against the interests of the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of the state, or has threatened the friendly relations with foreign states, or is against public order or decency or morality. Now, thirdly, if on an application made by the registrar or any other person authorized by the central government by notification under this act, the tribunal is of the opinion that the affairs of the company have been conducted in a fraudulent manner, or the company was formed for a very fraudulent and unlawful purpose, or the persons concerned in the formation and management of the affairs of the company have been guilty of fraud or misfeasance or misconduct in connection therewith, that it is proper that the company should be wound up. Fourthly, if the company has made a default in filing with the registrar its financial statements or annual returns for immediately preceding 5 consecutive financial years, the tribunal may order winding up of the company. Fifthly and lastly, if the tribunal is of the opinion that it is just and equitable that the company should be wound up, it may order such an winding up process. Now, two of the main grounds for winding up of the tribunal, that is, inability to pay debt and winding up under Chapter 19 of the Companies Act, have been deleted with the passing of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel for regular updates and please comment and share. Thank you.